Tonight, we are going to do something very simple and yet very profound. We will gently close the book of worry, the one whose pages are filled with all the possibilities of tomorrow. And instead, we will learn to rest, to truly rest, in the quiet, peaceful space of this present moment. You will discover that the future you fear does not exist, and in its place is a calm, open stillness that has been waiting for you all along. A stillness that will carry you into the deepest and most restorative sleep you have known in a long time. This is my promise to you. Before we begin, find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Turn off your phone, dim the lights, and remove all distractions. This time is a sanctuary, built just for you. Lie down comfortably on your back, or sit with your spine straight but relaxed. Let your hands rest gently by your sides or in your lap. Allow your body to feel heavy, supported, and safe. And now, close your eyes. Let's take 3 deep, cleansing breaths together. Breathing in slowly through your nose, filling your belly with air, and holding it for just a moment, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth, letting go of the day. Another deep breath in, drawing in calm and stillness, and a long, slow breath out, releasing any tension you might be holding. One last time now, the deepest breath of all, filling your lungs completely, and as you exhale, let go of everything. Everything. Right now, nothing can disturb you. Nothing is required of you. The next while belongs only to you, a sacred gift of peace that you are giving to yourself. You are in a safe and protected space. Only my voice and the sound of your own gentle breathing are here with you. Let's talk about the future. That word, future. What happens in your body when you hear it? Perhaps a little tightening in the chest, a quickening of the mind, a subtle clenching in your jaw. For so many of us, the future has become a place of fear, a vast, foggy landscape where we imagine all the things that could go wrong. But I want to share a simple truth with you, a truth that can change everything. The future is an unwritten page. It is an empty room, a blank canvas. There is nothing there, absolutely nothing. The fear we feel is not coming from the future itself, because the future has no substance. It hasn't happened. The fear, the anxiety, the worry comes from the stories we tell about it. You see, your mind is a magnificent storyteller. It has been trained for your entire life to keep you safe. And to do this, it writes stories. It sits in the quiet theater of your awareness and projects films onto the blank screen of tomorrow. Films about loss, films about illness, films about loneliness, films about struggle. And it does this with the best of intentions. It believes that if it can show you every possible danger, you will be prepared, you will be safe, It is a misguided act of love, a guardian that has become overzealous. But tonight, we are not going to try to fire this storyteller or fight with this guardian. That would be like fighting with our own shadow. Instead, we are simply going to become aware of the show. Imagine yourself sitting in a comfortable chair in a quiet, dark room. In front of you is a large, blank screen. This screen is tomorrow, next week, next year. It is empty. And behind you, you can hear the gentle whirring of a projector. That is your mind, the storyteller. It begins to project a movie onto the screen, a story of worry. Perhaps it is a worry about your health, or your family, or your finances. Watch the images flicker on the screen. See the story unfold. But this time, do something different. Don't get lost in the movie. Instead, become aware that you are the one watching the movie. You are not the story. You are not the images on the screen. You are the quiet, still awareness that is watching it all. This is the beginning of freedom. You are such a wise person. Let these words sink into your heart. You have lived through so much in this life, navigated so many real storms. You know the difference between a real storm and the forecast of a storm. The stories your mind tells you about the future, they are only a forecast, a possibility. They are not the weather itself. Take a pause here, a deep breath in and out. Let's try something. As you lie here, a thought about the future will naturally arise. It always does. When it comes, just notice it. Don't push it away. Don't judge it. Just gently, in your own mind, label it. A story. A thought about paying a bill comes up. A story. A thought about a doctor's appointment. Just a story. A memory of something someone said that made you worry about tomorrow. A story. You see what we are doing? We are not denying the thought. We are simply seeing it for what it is. It is not a prophecy. It is not a fact. It is a piece of mental weather. It is a cloud passing through the vast open sky of your awareness. You are the sky. You are not the cloud. Repeat after me in your mind. I am the sky. The thoughts are just the weather. I am the sky. The thoughts are just the weather. Let that feeling of spaciousness grow within you. The sky doesn't cling to the clouds. It doesn't fight with the storm clouds or grasp for the beautiful, wispy ones. It simply allows them all to pass. It gives them space to be and to move on. You can do the same with your thoughts. You have been carrying these stories for so long, believing you had to figure them all out tonight, believing you had to solve the problems of next week, right now, in your bed. What an exhausting job. You have done it so diligently because you care so deeply. You are a beautiful soul who deserves love and peace. And the greatest act of love you can offer yourself right now is the permission to stop working. The permission to put down the pen and to leave the page of tomorrow blank. Take another deep breath, and as you exhale, imagine you are exhaling a story, a worry, a plan. Just let it dissolve into the air around you. The mind will want to pick up the pen again. It's a habit. It will say, "But what about?" or "We need to figure out." When it does this, just smile at it. Smile at this worried guardian who is trying so hard, and gently say to it, "Thank you. I see you are trying to help. But for tonight, we are resting." The stories can wait until morning. We are creating a gentle space, a quiet buffer between you, the silent watcher, and the noisy storyteller. In this space is peace. In this space is stillness. In this space, there are no problems to be solved. Tell yourself quietly, "It is safe to rest in this space. It is safe to let go of the stories." Notice the feeling of your body, the gentle weight of the blankets upon you, the coolness of the air on your skin, the soft rhythm of your own breathing. This is what is real. Not the movie about tomorrow, but the simple, undeniable sensations of this very moment. This moment is peaceful. This moment is safe. And you can stay here as long as you wish. The storyteller may try to pull you out, back into the theater. It is very compelling. But you can always choose to return to what is real. The feeling of your breath, coming in and going out. The breath is your anchor to the peaceful harbor of now. You have lived through and understood so much in this life. You know that most of the things you have worried about never came to pass. Your mind has written thousands of frightening stories, and how many of them actually came true exactly as written? Very, very few. They were phantoms, shadows on the wall, and you have spent so much precious energy, so much of your life force, wrestling with these shadows. Tonight, we let them be. We let them dance on the screen if they must, but we are no longer in the audience. We are resting in our own being. We are feeling the solid ground of the present moment beneath us. As you drift and float, just hold this one simple idea in your heart. My fearful thoughts are just stories. I do not have to believe them. I do not have to engage with them. I can simply watch them, like clouds, drifting across the vast, peaceful sky of my own being. The pace of your breathing is slowing now. The stories are becoming quieter, more distant. The whirring of the projector is fading into the background, and all that remains is you, here, now, peaceful. Silently affirm, I give myself permission to rest. The story of tomorrow can wait. My only task now is peace. You are so worthy of this deep and profound rest. Allow it to envelop you now, like the softest blanket, a gentle tide carrying you out to the quiet sea of sleep. The page is blank, and it is beautiful. Let it be. Let it be. And so we rest here, in this quiet space we have made together. Letting the stories of tomorrow fade into the distance, recognizing them not as truth, but simply as movies projected onto a blank screen. The whirring of the projector grows fainter, the images dimmer, and a sense of peace begins to settle in your bones. But a question may arise in the quiet, a gentle curiosity. Where does the storyteller get its ideas? Where do these frightening films come from? If the screen of the future is truly blank, why are the stories so often filled with shadows? This is a wise question. And the answer is the key to an even deeper level of peace. The storyteller in our mind, our guardian, is not very creative. It rarely invents anything new. It is a creature of habit, an archivist of all that has been. The stories it tells about the future are almost always old stories. It takes the dusty films of our past, our yesterdays, and simply plays them again, believing they are a preview of what is to come. The fear of the future is almost always the shadow of the past. Imagine that for your entire life's journey, you have been carrying a heavy backpack. Perhaps you have been carrying it for so long, you have forgotten it is even there. You have simply grown accustomed to the weight on your shoulders, the strain in your back, the constant effort of moving forward with this load. Tonight, we are going to become aware of this backpack. We are not going to judge it or hate it. We are simply going to acknowledge its presence with a gentle kindness. This backpack is filled with all of your yesterdays, and inside are many heavy stones. Each stone is a memory, a stone of disappointment, a stone of a time you felt you weren't good enough, a stone of a loss that broke your heart, a stone of a time you were afraid and felt alone. These stones have real weight. And your mind, in its attempt to protect you, believes that by carrying these stones, by constantly studying their shape and their edges, it can prevent you from ever stumbling upon such stones again. Feel that weight now, not as a pain, but just as a sensation, a heaviness in the body, a tightness in the spirit. You are so incredibly strong. Let that thought land gently in your heart. You are so incredibly strong to have walked this far with such a heavy load. It is a testament to your resilience, to your endurance. But strength is not just about how much you can carry. True wisdom lies in knowing what you can set down. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you breathe out, imagine you are creating a little space around this backpack. We are not going to empty it out and scatter the contents. That would be chaotic and unkind to yourself. We are just going to look at it differently. Think of these memories not as heavy stones, but as old photographs in a treasured, well-worn album. You can open the album and you can look at a photograph of a difficult time. You can see the person you were, see the challenge you faced, and you can feel a gentle compassion for them. But you do not have to step back inside the photograph. You do not have to relive it. You are here, now, looking at a picture. That is all. The event is over. The moment has passed. All that is left is a memory, an image, an echo, silently tell yourself, I am so much more than my memories. I am the one who holds the album. I am not the pictures inside it. This changes everything. When a memory of a past hurt arises and your mind tries to weave it into a story about your future, you can now see what is happening. Ah, the storyteller is just looking at an old photograph again. That's all. It is not a prediction. It is not a prophecy. It is just an echo from a valley you have long since passed through. An echo is a curious thing. The original sound may have been loud and jarring, but the echo is fainter. It has no substance. It is just a vibration in the air. For so long, we have been hearing the echoes of old pains and mistaking them for a sound that is happening right now, or a sound that is about to happen again. We have been living in the valley of echoes, and it is time to walk out. It is time to find the quiet place where the air is still, and the only sound is the gentle rhythm of your own breathing. Take a pause, a deep breath in, and a long, slow breath out, letting an echo fade away. Your heart has a profound capacity for healing. Let yourself feel the truth of that. It is healed from so many things already. It knows how to mend. It knows how to find the quiet after the noise has passed. All you have to do is give it permission. Permission to believe that the past is not a life sentence. We often treat our past like the rearview mirror in a car. It is small, but we have gotten into the habit of staring into it. We drive forward by looking backward, terrified we will see something gaining on us. But a rearview mirror is only meant for quick glances, to inform us of where we have been. If you stare at it for too long, you will drift from your lane. You will miss the beauty of the road ahead. You will fail to see the new path that is opening up right in front of you. The present moment is the road. Your gentle awareness is your hands on the wheel. It is time to turn your gaze forward, not to the imaginary landscape of the future, but to the simple, real, tangible road of this present moment. Repeat in your mind, my past is a memory, not a prophecy. The road ahead is new. My past is a memory, not a prophecy. The road ahead is new. And now, let's do something truly freeing. Let's take off the backpack. In your imagination, feel the straps on your shoulders, and with a gentle intention, shrug them off. Feel the weight slide from your back. Imagine the heavy pack landing softly on the ground beside you with a dull, quiet thud. And feel the immediate lightness in your body, a release in your shoulders, a freedom in your spine, an openness in your chest. The place where the weight used to be might tingle with new life, with fresh energy. For the first time in a long time, you are standing without the burden. You are not abandoning your past. You are not discarding your life's journey. The backpack is still there. You can visit it whenever you choose. And now, when you look inside, you will see that the stones are not just stones of pain, they are also stones of wisdom. The disappointment taught you compassion. The loss taught you the depth of your love. The fear taught you where to find your courage. You have lived through so much, and you carry deep wisdom, not just wounds. You are a being of immense learning, a beautiful soul who has turned lead into gold. But you do not need to carry the weight of the raw materials anymore. You can just carry the wisdom, and wisdom is light. It does not burden, it uplifts. As you lie here now, feel this lightness. Feel the freedom in your own body. The stories of tomorrow have less power now, because the old films they are based on are no longer playing on a loop. The echoes are fading. The backpack is on the ground. What is left? Only you. Here, now, in this quiet, peaceful, unburdened moment. Your breathing is deeper now, slower. Each breath in draws this new lightness into your lungs, into your cells. Each breath out releases the last remnants of the old weight. Tonight, you give yourself permission to sleep without the baggage of yesterday. You allow your dreams to be free from the echoes of the past. You are light. You are peaceful. You are free. And in this freedom, deep, restorative sleep can finally find you. Allow it to come, drifting now, floating, unburdened. And so we rest here, floating in this new lightness. The heavy backpack of yesterday sits quietly on the ground, its weight no longer yours to carry. A new quiet begins to fill the space that the weight once occupied, a sense of freedom, a stillness in the heart. But as we settle into this peace, another question might gently surface. Why? Why did we carry that heavy bag for so long? What deep impulse within us made us believe that we had to bear that weight, that we had to study every old hurt and disappointment? The answer is a single, powerful word, a word that describes one of the deepest and most exhausting of all human habits: control. We carried the past because we believed it was a map that would allow us to control the future. We believed that if we could just remember every wrong turn, every treacherous path, every sudden storm, then we could somehow navigate our way through tomorrow without a scratch. We thought the weight of the past was the price of control over the future. And it is this silent, desperate need for control that creates the deepest tension in our lives. It is the hidden source of so much of our anxiety. Let's feel this in our own bodies, because control is not an idea. It is a physical state. Very gently now, I want you to make a fist with one of your hands. Not too tight. Just clench it as if you were holding on to something very precious that you were afraid to lose. Feel the tension in your knuckles, the tightness in your forearm, the energy required just to hold that grip. This is the posture of control. This is what we do inside our minds and inside our bodies when we are afraid of the future. We clench. We hold on. Now, imagine that you are trying to hold a handful of water in that clenched fist. What happens? The harder you squeeze, the more you try to control the water, the faster it slips through your fingers, and all you are left with is the ache in your own hand. The future is like water. Peace is like water. The more we try to grasp it, to clench it, to force it to our will, the more it eludes us, and we are left only with the strain, the tension, the exhaustion of our own effort. Now, very, very slowly, begin to unclench your fist. Finger by finger, feel the tension draining away. Feel the warmth and blood returning to your palm. Feel the profound relief, the simple, beautiful ease of just letting go. This relief, this is the peace that is always waiting for you, underneath the grip of control. Repeat softly in your mind, I do not have to hold everything so tightly. I can open my hand and let life flow. You have such a powerful and caring heart. That is why you try to hold everything together. You try to manage the happiness of your loved ones. You try to foresee every need. You try to build a fortress against all possible pain. This comes from a place of deep love. But my dear wise friend, it is an impossible job. It is the work of the universe, not the work of one human heart. And it is utterly exhausting. Think of your life as a great and beautiful river, flowing at its own pace, in its own direction. For so long, we have believed that our job is to steer this river. We sit in our little boat with our tiny paddles, trying to fight the current, trying to force the river to go faster or slower, or to turn down a channel that we have decided is better. And we are so tired from all the paddling. We are sore and weary from the struggle against the immense, powerful, and ceaseless flow. The suffering is not in the river. The river is just flowing. The suffering is in the paddling. What if, just for tonight, we were to lay the paddles down in the bottom of the boat? What if we were to lie back and simply trust the current? The river knows where it is going. It has been flowing for eons. It knows the way to the great, peaceful ocean. Our frantic efforts to control it do not change its course. They only rob us of the peace of the journey. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine laying down your paddles. Feel your boat being carried by the gentle, steady current of life itself. There is nothing for you to do right now, nothing to solve, nothing to manage. You are simply being carried. You are worthy of ease and flow. You have earned a deep, profound rest from this tireless work. This grip of control shows up all over the body. Where do you feel it? Is it in a clenched jaw? Let it go soft now. Is it in the tiny muscles around your eyes, squinting as if trying to see into the dark? Let them smooth out. Is it a knot in your stomach? Let your belly be soft, rising and falling gently with your breath. Is it in your shoulders, hunched up towards your ears, braced for a blow? Let them fall away, heavy and relaxed. Everywhere you feel tension, it is just a place where you are trying to hold on. A place where you are trying to control the uncontrollable. And with every breath out, You can release that grip. You can soften. You can surrender. You are a wise student of life. And tonight, you are learning one of its most beautiful lessons, the grace of letting go. Think of a master gardener. The gardener knows they cannot control the garden. They cannot force a seed to sprout by pulling on it. They cannot command the sun to shine or the clouds to bring rain. The wise gardener does not try to control. They collaborate. They tend the soil. They offer water. They remove the weeds that are choking the life. And then they step back. They trust. They allow the mysterious, intelligent process of life to unfold in its own time, in its own beautiful way. Your mind has been like a frantic gardener, constantly digging up the seeds to see if they are growing, trying to shield every leaf from the wind. Tonight, we become the wise gardener. We have tended the soil of our hearts by releasing the past. And now, we simply rest. We trust the process. The seeds of peace you are planting tonight will grow, not because you force them, but because you allow them. The pace of your breathing is so slow and steady now. The river is calm. The boat is drifting under a canopy of stars. The grip of control has softened into an open, receptive hand. You are not holding on to life anymore. You are being held by it, held by your bed, held by the quiet of the room, held by the gentle gravity of the earth. Let yourself be held. You are safe. Silently affirm, I release my grip. I surrender to the flow. I allow myself to be held. The tension is draining away from your body, from your mind, and in its place, a deep, heavy, wonderful peace is arriving. This is the peace of surrender, the peace that comes when we finally stop fighting and allow ourselves to be carried home. Carried into the deep, trusting, restorative ocean of sleep. The boat of your being drifts gently now on a quiet, moonlit river. The paddles are resting at your feet. The frantic effort of steering, of controlling the flow, has ceased, and in its place, a deep quiet has settled. For the first time in a long time, you are not struggling against the current. You are a part of it. You are being carried. Feel the truth of this in your body, this profound sense of surrender, of being held. The hand that was clenched so tightly has opened. The ache of its constant grip is beginning to fade, but where there has been tension for a long time, a memory of that tension remains, like the imprint of a heavy object on a soft cushion, a subtle stiffness, a ghost of the old holding pattern. Tonight, we will dissolve even this echo. We will not force it away. We will not fight it. We will simply let it melt. This is the gentle art of unclenching the mind and the body. Let's begin with the body. The body is the most honest thing in the world. It does not know how to lie. It keeps a perfect record of our worries, our fears, our attempts to control life. It stores them as tiny, frozen knots of energy in the jaw, in the neck, in the shoulders, in the pit of the stomach. Let us bring a gentle, warm attention to these places. Like a soft ray of sunlight finding a patch of frost on a winter morning, bring your awareness to your jaw. For so many years, it has been clenched, holding back words, bracing against difficult news, setting itself for a struggle. You don't have to force it to relax. Simply notice the tension. And now, with your next exhalation, imagine you are breathing a warm, soft sigh directly into the hinges of your jaw. A gentle, warm breath that says, "It's all right. You can let go now." Feel the tiny muscles begin to release. Feel a small space open up between your upper and lower teeth. There is nothing to brace for right now. You are safe. Take a pause, a deep breath in, and a warm, soft sigh out, letting the jaw go slack. Now, let's bring that same warm, gentle attention to your shoulders. They have carried so much. The weight of responsibility, the burden of worry, the heavy backpack of the past, they have been hunched up towards your ears, a permanent posture of defense. You are so patient with yourself. Allow this gentleness to be your gift tonight. Breathe in a sense of calm, and as you breathe out, imagine that warm breath flowing into your shoulder blades, melting any stiffness it finds. Feel your shoulders getting heavier, wider, sinking down and away from your ears, sinking into the mattress beneath you. They are no longer on guard duty. Their long shift is over for the night. You are giving them permission to be completely and utterly at rest. Repeat silently in your mind, "My shoulders can release their burden. I am safe and supported. My shoulders can release their burden. I am safe and supported." And now, that space in the center of your being, your stomach, your solar plexus, this is where we feel the future most acutely. It is the place of butterflies, of knots, of that cold, sinking feeling of dread. It has been churning and tightening, trying to digest the indigestible meal of what-ifs. Let's offer it some peace. Place a hand there if you wish, feeling the gentle warmth of your own touch, and breathe into your hand. Breathe deeply into your belly. With each inhalation, your belly gently rises, and with each exhalation, it softly falls. This simple rhythm is a lullaby for the worried center of you. Imagine the tension. There is a block of ice, and your warm breath, your gentle, loving attention is slowly, patiently melting its edges. The cold knot is dissolving, turning into cool, flowing water that spreads peacefully throughout your entire being. You are a master of letting go, even if you are just now remembering how. It is your natural state. The body is learning to trust this new softness. But what about the mind? The mind has its own way of clenching. It doesn't use muscles. It uses thoughts. The mind clenches around a worry. It squeezes a problem from every angle. It holds onto a grievance so tightly its knuckles turn white. A clenched mind is a noisy mind, a racing mind. It feels like a frantic, unending conversation with yourself. We can learn to unclench the mind in the same way we unclench the body, not by force, but by a gentle, patient, and loving release. When you notice your mind has clenched around a particular thought story, a worry about tomorrow, see if you can feel the energy in it. It feels sharp, tight, insistent. Now, just as you did with your jaw, breathe out a warm, soft sigh in the direction of that thought. You are not trying to push the thought away. You are simply taking the tension out of it. You are softening its edges. Imagine the thought is a tightly wound ball of yarn. With every exhalation, you are allowing it to unspool just a little. The frantic knot loosens, the threads relax, and it becomes just a simple, harmless strand of thought, lying loosely in the open space of your awareness. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, let a thought knot unspool. This is the secret. We do not need to empty the mind. We only need to ask it to soften its grip. You have given it the impossible job of figuring everything out, and it has been working without a break for your entire life. It is so tired. Tonight, you can finally give it the permission it has been waiting for. Tell your mind quietly, with deep compassion, "Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for trying to protect me. But for tonight, your work is done. You can unclench. You can soften. You can rest. You are worthy of this profound softness. Let it permeate every part of you. Your body is soft. Your mind is soft. The boundary between you and the quiet room begins to soften. You are not a hard, solid object braced against the world. You are becoming like water, flowing, peaceful, able to move around any obstacle with ease. There is no resistance left in you. Only a gentle, willing surrender to this moment, to this peace. The last remnants of tension are melting away now, draining out of you like a gentle tide receding from the shore. And all that is left is the smooth, clean, peaceful sand of your own being, ready for a deep and dreamless rest. Drifting now, softening, melting into the gentle, trustworthy arms of sleep. The hand of your mind is open, and in its palm is peace. Let it be. Let it be. Here in this soft, quiet space, the grip has been released, the tension has melted away, and you are floating. Your entire being has the quality of water, fluid, gentle, and flowing. A deep sense of ease has begun to settle into you. And yet, even on the most peaceful river, small things will float by. A leaf, a twig, a fallen blossom. In the same way, even in a quiet mind, thoughts will continue to arise. They are a natural part of the current. For so long, we have believed that peace meant stopping this current, stopping the thoughts, and this belief has caused a great struggle. Tonight, we will learn a more gentle way. We will not try to stop the river. We will simply learn to sit peacefully on its bank, and watch it flow. We will dissolve the stories, not by destroying them, but by letting them drift away. Imagine right now that you are sitting on the soft, mossy bank of a beautiful, clear stream. The sunlight is dappled, the air is fresh, and the only sound is the gentle, hypnotic murmur of a water flowing over smooth stones. This stream is your own mind, your own awareness. See how it flows without any effort. It is peaceful. It is constant. This is its nature. You are resting here, completely at ease. And now, a thought arises. A worry about tomorrow. A memory from today. A plan for next week. In the past, when this thought appeared, you would have jumped into the river. You would have grabbed onto it, wrestled with it, tried to force it underwater or push it to the other shore. But not tonight. Tonight, you are just the watcher on the bank. As the thought arises, see it clearly, and then, in your mind's eye, gently place that thought onto a large green leaf. And then, place the leaf into the stream and just watch. Watch as the current catches the leaf. Watch as it begins to drift, slowly at first, then a little faster, bobbing gently on the water. It is floating away from you. You don't have to do anything at all. The river does all the work. Watch the leaf as it gets smaller and smaller until it rounds a bend in the river and disappears from sight. And you remain, sitting peacefully on the bank, in the quiet. Then another thought arises, perhaps a stronger one, a more insistent one. Do the same. Acknowledge it without judgment. Place it gently onto another leaf and release it into the ever-flowing stream of your awareness. Watch it go. This is all you have to do. You are learning this so beautifully. This is the practice of non-attachment. It is the practice of freedom. You are discovering that you do not have to be a passenger on every thought that floats by. You can simply be the peaceful observer, letting the whole parade of the mind pass by without disturbing your inner stillness. Repeat this silently in your heart. I am the watcher on the riverbank. The river of thought flows on its own. I am the watcher on the riverbank. The river of thought flows on its own. Let's try another way of seeing this, one that shows you the true vastness of your own being. Imagine that you are no longer on the riverbank, but that you have become the sky. A vast, wide open, perfectly clear blue sky. Feel the spaciousness of this, the boundless freedom, the profound and unshakable calm. This sky is your true nature. It is always here, behind and beyond everything else. Now, a thought, a feeling, a worry arises. See it as a single, white cloud forming in the vastness of the sky that you are. It drifts into view. Perhaps it is a small, wispy cloud. Perhaps it is a large, dark, stormy one. It doesn't matter. Your natural state is this wide open sky of awareness. And no cloud, no matter how dark or turbulent, can ever harm or stain the sky. The sky is not afraid of the clouds. It does not try to push them away. It simply allows them to be. It gives them infinite space to drift, to change shape, and eventually to pass. Feel this now. A worry comes. A cloud. It floats for a while, and then carried by the gentle winds of time, it drifts on, and the sky, you, remain unchanged, peaceful, vast. You have such a deep capacity for peace within you. It is as vast as this sky. Now let us notice something even more magical. What happens to a pinch of salt when you drop it into a glass of water? It seems solid for a moment, and then its edges soften. It becomes transparent, and it simply dissolves. It disappears, becoming one with the water itself. Our worries are like this. They seem so solid, so real, so important. But when we allow them to float in the vast stream of our awareness, when we let them drift through the great sky of our being, and we don't feed them with our attention, they begin to dissolve. Watch it happen. A thought appears on its leaf, and as it floats away, you notice it is becoming fainter, more transparent. The sharp edges of the worry are softening, melting into the water. The dark cloud begins to thin out, its form becoming less defined, until it dissolves into the endless blue of the sky. The stories have no substance on their own. They are made of nothing more than passing energy. And when you withdraw your belief from them, they simply vanish. They return to the silence from which they came. Silently tell yourself, I can let this thought dissolve. It is safe to let it go. The stream is flowing even more slowly now, a lazy, peaceful current. The clouds are drifting in slow motion across the endless sky of your awareness. There is no urgency, no destination, only this gentle, peaceful, flowing. You are drifting now, drifting with the current. Drifting with the clouds. The watcher and the watched are becoming one. You are the peace of the riverbank. You are the vastness of the sky. You are the silence into which all thoughts dissolve. Your breath is the current now. Each inhalation, a gentle flow of peace. Each exhalation, the release of another leaf, another cloud, watching it float and dissolve and disappear. There is nothing left to hold on to, nothing left to do. Simply allow the gentle current of your own breath to carry you out of the river of the mind and into the great, quiet, peaceful ocean of sleep, drifting, floating, dissolving into the deepest rest. The river of your awareness flows on, clear and quiet. The leaves of worry have floated out of sight. The clouds of concern have dissolved into the vast, open sky of your being. And what remains in their absence is a profound and gentle stillness, a quiet so deep you can almost hear the sound of your own heart beating. In this quiet, something new can begin to grow. Where the frantic grip of control once resided, where the heavy weight of the past once sat, a space has opened up. This space is not empty. It is filled with a new quality, a new feeling, This is the feeling of trust. Trust is the soft ground that appears beneath your feet when you finally stop struggling. It is the deep, silent breath you take after a long and difficult journey. It is the quiet knowing in your heart that says, all is well, and all will be well. For so long, we have believed that safety comes from control, from planning, predicting, and protecting. But we have seen that this only leads to tension, to a clenched fist and a weary mind. Trust is the opposite. It is the open hand. Feel it now in your own body. The feeling of an open, soft, and receptive palm. It does not grasp. It does not hold. It simply receives. This is the posture of trust. It is a state of profound and peaceful surrender. Think of a small seed held in the palm of your hand. A tiny, dormant, seemingly insignificant thing. Yet, locked within that seed is the entire blueprint for a magnificent, towering tree. The seed does not worry about how it will achieve this. It does not fret about whether it has enough strength. It does not create elaborate plans for how its roots will find water or how its leaves will find the sun. It simply trusts. It trusts the darkness of the soil. It trusts the coming of the rain. And most of all, it trusts its own deep inner knowing. When the conditions are right, it simply begins to unfold, not through effort, but through a graceful, intelligent, and mysterious surrendering to the process of life itself. There is a deep, ancient wisdom within you, just like the wisdom within that seed. A part of you that knows how to heal, how to grow, and how to navigate the unfolding of your life. For so long, the noise of worry and the struggle for control has drowned out this quiet inner knowing. But now, in this stillness, you can begin to feel it. It is a quiet confidence, a gentle strength. Repeat this in the quiet of your heart. I trust the seed of wisdom within me. I can allow myself to unfold. I trust the seed of wisdom within me. I can allow myself to unfold. Nature is our greatest teacher in the art of trust. Consider the seasons. Winter arrives. The days grow short and cold. The trees let go of their leaves and stand bare against the sky. Does the earth panic? Does the forest fall into despair? Number. There is a deep collective trust. Winter is not an end. It is a vital, necessary, and sacred time of rest. It is a time for roots to grow deeper, for energy to be gathered, for a great quiet work to be done in the darkness. And because of this deep rest, because of this trust in the cycle, spring always, always returns. New life emerges, not through frantic effort, but as a natural consequence of having trusted the fallow period. You have navigated so many seasons in your life already. You have known winters of the heart, times of loss, uncertainty, and stillness, and you have known the return of spring. Your own life has already shown you that the flow can be trusted. The painful seasons pass. the light always returns. Trusting the flow means finding peace even in the winter, knowing it is a necessary part of the journey, knowing that you are simply gathering strength in the quiet darkness for the new growth that is to come. Take a pause here, a deep breath in, and a long, slow breath out, resting in the rhythm of your own life seasons. This trust is not just a blind faith in something outside of you. It is also a deep and growing trust in yourself. Think of all that you have been through to arrive at this very moment, all the challenges you have met, all the sorrows you have survived, all the joys you have celebrated. Your history is not a record of your failures to be feared. It is a library of your resilience. You are still here. You are stronger than you know. You are wiser than you believe. This resilience is the bedrock of self-trust. It is the quiet knowing that whatever the river of life brings around the next bend, you have the inner resources to meet it. You have met everything so far. You will meet what comes next. This is not a matter of arrogance, but a matter of quiet, humble, and profound self-acceptance. You are worthy of resting in this deep current of trust. You have earned it. Silently tell yourself, it is safe to let go and trust the flow. It is safe to let go and trust the flow. Feel this trust now as a physical sensation. It is the feeling of the bed beneath you, holding you up completely and without question. You do not worry that it will suddenly disappear. You simply allow it to support your weight. You trust it. Let the whole of your life feel this way. Allow yourself to be supported by the current. There is a great intelligence to the unfolding of things, and you are a part of it. You do not have to carry the weight of the world. You do not have to carry the weight of your own life. You can simply be held. Your breath is the flow made real. It comes in and it goes out, without any effort from you. It has been doing this every moment of your life. It is the most trustworthy rhythm you know. Let your attention rest on this rhythm now. The gentle rise and the gentle fall. Each breath, a perfect act of trust. You trust that the next breath will be there for you. And so it is with the next moment of your life. Let the river of your breath carry you now. There are no more paddles. There is no more struggle. You are the seed resting in the dark, warm earth. You are the tree resting in the stillness of winter. You are the boat drifting peacefully down the river of the night, carried gently, safely, and without a single worry into the great, calm, trustworthy ocean of deep sleep. And so you float, carried on the great, quiet river of trust. The struggle has ended. The need to know what lies around the next bend has dissolved. And you are simply here, flowing with a grace and ease that has always been your true nature. As you rest in this flow, you may begin to notice something truly profound. This river of life, it is not flowing from the past. It is not flowing toward the future. It only ever flows in one eternal, ever-present moment. The only water that is real is the water that is touching you right now. This is the great secret, the grand revelation. The past is a memory. The future is a story. The only place life ever happens, the only place you can ever find peace or joy or rest is right here, in this present moment. For so long, the mind has been a ship tossed on a restless sea, caught in the churning waves of what has been, and terrified by the forecasts of storms that may never arrive. But the present moment is a calm and quiet harbor, always available, where the water is still and the air is clear. Tonight, we will do more than just visit this harbor. We will learn how to drop anchor and stay. The anchor is your own body. The anchor is your senses. They can only ever exist in the now. They are your tether to reality, your safe mooring in the storm of thought. Let's drop anchor together. Feel right now the simple, undeniable sensation of the blankets covering you. Don't just think about them. Truly feel them. Feel their weight. Is it a comforting heaviness? A light touch? Feel their texture against your skin. Is it soft? Smooth? Feel their warmth, a gentle cocoon of comfort and safety. This is real. This is happening right now. Let your awareness sink into this simple, true sensation. You have a wonderful ability to feel deeply. Allow yourself to explore this. Now bring your awareness to the pillow beneath your head. Feel how it is holding you, cradling the weight of your thoughts, your plans, your memories. It is supporting you completely. You do not have to hold your head up. You can surrender its weight entirely to this soft, steady support. Feel the coolness of the fabric where it touches your cheek or the back of your neck. This sensation is happening now. It is a small, perfect anchor in the harbor of the present. Silently tell yourself, I am anchored in the peace of now. I am anchored in the peace of now. Now, let's expand our awareness to the air in the room. Feel the gentle touch of the air on any part of your skin that is exposed. Your face, your hands. Can you feel its temperature? Is there a subtle movement? The air is holding you too. It fills your lungs without any command from you. The present moment is this breath, this very breath, the one coming in and the one going out. Let's follow one breath all the way. Feel the coolness of the air as it enters your nostrils. Feel your chest or your belly gently rise, and then feel the warmth of the air as you release it back into the room. This entire journey happened in the present moment, and another is happening now, and another. This is the rhythm of life. This is solid ground. A worry about next week is a phantom. It has no substance. But the feeling of your own breath, right now, is completely real. Let us choose to rest in what is real. You are so present and grounded right now. Let this feeling of being rooted in the moment expand. Let's use another sense, the sense of hearing. What can you hear in this present moment? Perhaps there is a deep quiet. Let yourself listen to the quiet. Silence is not an absence of sound. It is a presence, a vast, peaceful presence that is holding you. Can you hear the sound of your own breathing? The soft in and the soft out. It is a gentle, rhythmic music that is always with you. Perhaps you can hear the faint, steady beat of your own heart, the quiet drum that marks the rhythm of your life. These sounds are the soundtrack of now. There is no fear in them. There is only life happening peacefully in this moment. You are a being who deserves the simple, profound gift of the present moment. It is your birthright. The mind will try to pull the anchor. It will say, "But we must think about tomorrow." It will dangle a worry in front of you like a tempting lure. When this happens, you don't have to fight it. Simply acknowledge it. Ah, a story about the future. And then gently, lovingly, return your attention to your anchor. Return to the feeling of the blankets. Return to the sound of your breath. Return to the solid, undeniable reality of your body, lying here in this bed, in this room, right now. Each time you return to the present moment, you strengthen your capacity for peace. You are building a new habit. The habit of being here. Repeat in your mind, right here, right now, I am safe. Right here, right now, all is well. Let yourself sink more deeply into this harbor of now. Feel the full weight of your body, your heels, your legs, your hips, your back, your arms, your head. Feel how gravity is gently, lovingly holding you to the earth. You don't have to float. You don't have to strive. You can simply rest. Be heavy. Be here. This present moment is the only home you will ever have. It is the source of all peace. The future you worried about yesterday is now today's present moment. And are you okay? Yes. You are here. You are breathing. You are safe. The present moment is always manageable. It is always safe. It is our thoughts about other moments that cause us suffering. So let's stay here. In the deep, rich, peaceful reality of this very moment, the sensations are becoming softer now. The sounds are fading. The distinction between your body and the bed begins to blur. Everything is becoming one quiet, peaceful presence. This is the doorway. The present moment is the gentle, silent entryway into sleep. You do not need to journey into the future to find rest. You only need to sink more and more deeply into the now of the darkness, the now of the quiet, the now of your own slow, peaceful breath. Let it carry you. Let the gentle harbor of the present moment become the deep, silent ocean of restorative sleep, drifting now, anchored in peace, here and now. Here in this quiet harbor of the present moment, anchored and safe, you can feel the solid ground beneath you. The frantic energy of the storm has passed. The waters are calm, and you may notice that this ground on which you rest is soft, dark, and fertile. The present moment is not just a refuge. It is a garden, a place where we can consciously and lovingly plant new seeds that will blossom into a new reality. For so long, the soil of our minds has been turned over by the relentless plow of worry, and the seeds of fear, seeds of scarcity, and what if have been scattered there, growing into a thicket of anxious thoughts. We have done the difficult work of clearing this ground. We have released the past, let go of control, and allowed the old stories to dissolve. Now, the garden is quiet. It is ready. Tonight, we will plant the most beautiful and powerful seed of all, the seed of gratitude. Fear and gratitude cannot live in the same heart at the same time. They are like light and shadow. Where one is present, the other must retreat. Fear thrives in a mind that is focused on what is missing, what might be lost, what is not enough. Gratitude, in its simple, profound wisdom, gently turns our attention to what is already here. What is whole? What is good? It does not deny that difficulties exist. It simply chooses not to give them the entire garden. It saves the most sunlit patch of soil for the flowers of appreciation. By planting these seeds, we are not engaging in a battle with fear. We are simply growing something more beautiful. So let us begin this gentle and joyful work. Let this be an act of quiet celebration for the simple fact of your own life. Let's plant the first, most humble seed, a seed of gratitude for the simple comfort that surrounds you right now, for this bed, or the surface that holds you. Feel its support, its softness. It asks nothing of you but to rest. Silently, in your heart, you can whisper, "Thank you." Gratitude for the blankets that cover you, for their warmth and their gentle weight. Thank you. Gratitude for the roof over your head, for the walls that create this safe and quiet sanctuary from the vastness of the world outside. Thank you. These are such simple things, and yet they are profound gifts. Let the feeling of this simple gratitude begin to warm you from the inside out. Now, let's plant a seed of gratitude for the home of your being, your own body. This body, which has carried you through every single moment of your life. It may have known pain. It may feel tired, but tonight, we look at it with gentle, appreciative eyes. Gratitude for the heart that is beating within your chest. A steady, faithful rhythm that has played the music of your life without ever asking for a single word of thanks. Feel that gentle pulse. Thank you, heart. Gratitude for your lungs, which draw in the air of the world and release it. A constant, effortless dance of giving and receiving. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your own breath. Thank you, lungs. Gratitude for your senses, which have allowed you to see 1,000 sunsets, to hear beautiful music, to taste delicious food, to feel the warmth of a loving touch. Your heart is like a beautiful garden, capable of growing such wonderful things. Let these feelings of gratitude blossom there. Let's walk along the shoreline of the day that has just passed. The tide of experience washes many things onto the shore of our awareness. There are sharp rocks of frustration, tangled seaweed of disappointment. And for a long time, we may have spent our time collecting only these, filling our pockets with grievances and worries. But look closer. All along the same shoreline are beautiful, smooth, opalescent shells, moments of simple, quiet beauty. The practice of gratitude is the art of learning to see these shells and to gently pick them up. Can you find one small, beautiful shell from your day? It does not need to be monumental. The perfect shell is often the simplest one. Perhaps it was the taste of your first cup of coffee or tea in the morning, the warmth of the cup in your hands. Can you recall that simple, pleasant moment? Thank you. Perhaps it was a moment of connection with another person, a shared smile, a kind word, or even just a feeling of quiet companionship. Thank you. Perhaps it was a moment of beauty you noticed, the color of the sky, the sound of birdsong, the way the light fell across a room. You are a soul who notices the quiet beauty of the world. Let yourself feel the echo of that beauty now. Thank you. You have such a rich and beautiful world within you. This garden of memory is filled with these simple, overlooked flowers. Repeat this softly in your being. I choose to see the simple gifts that surround me. I choose to see the beautiful shells on the shore of my life. This feeling of gratitude is a warmth. It is a fullness. It is the deep, soul-level feeling that right now, in this moment, nothing is missing. You have enough. You are enough. This feeling is the most powerful antidote to the hungry ghost of anxiety, which is always whispering that you need more, that you must prepare for less. In this state of quiet gratitude, the future loses its threatening power. When your heart is full of thanks for the present moment and for the simple gifts of the past, you build a deep trust that the future will also contain its own simple gifts, its own beautiful shells waiting to be discovered on the shore. Let this feeling of warmth and fullness expand now. Imagine it is a soft, golden light glowing in your chest, and with every breath, this light gets a little brighter, a little warmer. It expands, filling your entire body, a gentle, radiant light of pure appreciation. The last few seeds we plant tonight are for the present moment itself. Gratitude for the darkness, which allows the stars to be seen and invites our bodies into deep rest. Gratitude for the silence, which allows our minds to finally become still. And gratitude for the coming of sleep, this mysterious and wonderful gift of renewal, of release, of peace. Let the warm, heavy blanket of gratitude be the last thing you feel. This sense of contentment, of fullness, of peace. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to solve. You are simply here, your heart filled with the quiet, simple music of thank you. Let this gentle music be the lullaby that carries you effortlessly and peacefully into a deep and grateful sleep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The warm, golden light of gratitude settles deep within you, a gentle, glowing ember in the center of your being. It is the quiet hum of contentment, the peaceful recognition of the goodness that is already here. Rest in this warmth. Let it hold you. From this place of profound fullness, we can now turn our gaze inward with a new kind of kindness. We have planted seeds of gratitude for the simple gifts of life. But what of the gardener? What of the one who has lived this life? The one who has tended this garden through sun and storm? Tonight, we amplify the quiet, unshakable wisdom that you already carry. We will remember the strength that is encoded in your very bones. We have spoken of the past as a heavy backpack, and it was wise to set that burden down. But now, from this new vantage point of peace, we can look back at the path we have traveled and see it not as a source of burdens to be carried, but as a library of wisdom to be honored. The journey that brought you here tonight has forged a strength in you that is deep, profound, and absolutely trustworthy. Imagine yourself now as a great ancient tree standing in a quiet field. You are not the sapling you once were, swayed by every breeze. You are a magnificent, sturdy, old tree. Feel the solidness of your own trunk, the texture of your bark, etched with the stories of your life. Feel the immense, quiet dignity of your presence. Within your trunk are the rings of your life. Each year, a new ring. Take a moment to honor them. Some rings are wide and spacious, from years of ease, joy, and abundance. Others are thin and dense, from years of hardship, drought, or struggle. Do not judge them. See how they all belong, the easy years and the hard years, together. They have created the unshakable, solid core of who you are. The dense rings of the difficult years, they are what give you your greatest strength. You are a being of profound depth and wisdom. Let this truth sink in. Now feel your roots. They are not shallow. They are deep and wide, reaching far down into the dark, nourishing earth. These roots are your experiences, your triumphs, your heartbreaks, your lessons, your loves. They have anchored you through countless seasons. Think of the storms this tree has weathered, the howling winds of change, the freezing snows of loss, the sudden lightning strikes of crisis. The tree may have lost branches. It may bear the scars of its encounters with the wildness of life. But look, it is still standing. It is not only standing, it is magnificent. And with every storm it has ever faced, its roots have been forced to grow even deeper, to hold on even tighter. The storms did not defeat it. They anchored it. So it is with you. The challenges of your life have not been punishments. They have been invitations to deepen your roots, to discover the true source of your strength. Silently tell yourself, I am the tree that weathers the storm. My roots are deep. I am the tree that weathers the storm. My roots are deep. Feel this deep, rooted strength in your body now. A quiet, solid, unshakable presence. This is not an idea. This is a felt reality. It is the wisdom you already carry. It is the truth of your own resilience. Now let us go deeper still. Beneath the surface of your mind, beneath the everyday chatter and the passing clouds of worry, there exists a deep and silent well. It is the well of your inner wisdom. The water in this well is cool, clear, and perfectly still. It is never disturbed by the winds that blow across the surface. This water is the accumulated essence of everything you have ever learned, everything you have ever survived. For a long time, we have been living on the surface, drinking the murky water of our own anxious thoughts. But tonight, we are lowering a bucket deep into this silent well. Let the bucket descend, past the noise, past the fear, down into the cool, quiet darkness where your true knowing resides. And now, let's draw from it. Let us remember, gently, not the pain, but the survival. Remember a time in your life when you faced a challenge so great you thought it might break you. A time of fear, of confusion, of uncertainty. You do not need to relive the details. Just touch the memory of the feeling. And then remember the simple, undeniable fact that you are here now. You made it through. The storm passed. The sun rose again. The wisdom you gained from that experience, that is a cup of clear, cool water from your well. Your life is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Let us lower the bucket again. Remember a time your heart was broken. A time a sorrow felt so vast and so final. You thought the light would never return. Feel a gentle compassion for the person you were then. And then, remember that your heart, in its infinite and mysterious wisdom, found a way to heal. It may bear scars, but it still beats. It still feels. It still loves. That capacity for healing, that is another cup of pure water from your deep inner well. You are so much stronger than you give yourself credit for. This well within you is inexhaustible. It contains all the courage, all the patience, all the compassion, and all the strength you will ever need. The fear of the future arises when we forget that we have this well. We think we have to face tomorrow with only the resources we can see on the surface. But that is not true. You will face tomorrow with the accumulated, quiet, unshakable wisdom of your entire life. This wise, knowing part of you is your own inner elder. It is the part of you that has seen it all. The part that is no longer rattled by the drama of the world. The inner elder watches the frantic worries of the mind with a calm, compassionate, and knowing smile. It knows that this too shall pass. It knows that you have everything you need. Tonight, let this inner elder be the one who is in charge. Let its quiet, steady, confident voice be the one you listen to. Silkenly affirm, I have the wisdom of my entire life within me. I have the strength to meet whatever comes. Feel the presence of this wise, ancient-rooted self. It is a feeling of profound peace, a solidity that cannot be shaken. The frantic need to control the future simply melts away in the face of this deep knowing. There is nothing to prove, nothing to figure out. There is only a deep, abiding trust in the tree you have become, in the well of wisdom you carry within. Let this feeling of deep, solid, rooted wisdom be your bed tonight. Let it hold you. Let it keep you safe. Your inner elder is on watch, and it knows that the most important thing you can do right now is rest, to gather your strength in the quiet darkness, just like the tree in winter. Rest in your own great strength. Rest in your own deep wisdom. Let this profound sense of inner security be the gentle, heavy presence that guides you into the most peaceful and restorative sleep. And so, you rest here in the deep, quiet strength of your own wisdom. A stillness earned through a lifetime of experience. You are the ancient tree, with roots that go down into the very heart of the earth. You are the deep, cool well, holding the clear water of all you have learned. Feel this profound solidity, this unshakable peace. This is the truth of who you are. This is your home. But even in the most peaceful and well-kept house, a visitor sometimes arrives unannounced. Listen, perhaps you can hear it now, or you have heard it before. A faint, frantic knocking at the door of your awareness. It is a familiar sound. It is the sound of an old habit, a well-worn pattern of thought. It is the return of worry, the return of fear. In the past, the sound of this knocking would send a jolt of panic through the entire house. We would rush to the door, bracing it shut, hoping the visitor would not get in. Or we would become angry, shouting through the door, "Go away! I thought I was done with you." We would feel a sense of failure, a frustration that after all this work, this unwelcome guest has dared to show up again. And in all this struggle, in all this resistance, our hard-won peace would be shattered. The house would no longer feel like a home, but like a fortress under siege. But tonight, we will not do this. The one who answers the door now is not the frightened homeowner. It is the wise one. The inner elder, the calm, steady presence that you are. So let us rise, not with panic, but with a slow and deliberate calm. Let us walk to the door of our mind, and let us open it. And there, on the doorstep, stands the visitor. It is fear. It looks just as you remember it. Its face is etched with worry. Its eyes are wide. It is clutching a heavy suitcase filled with worst-case scenarios and urgent, terrifying headlines about tomorrow. It is breathless from its rush to get here and warn you. The wise one within you looks at this frantic guest and does not feel anger. It feels a deep and profound compassion. It sees a being who is itself terrified, a being who believes its frantic warnings are the only way to keep you safe. And so, your wise self speaks, not with hostility, but with a gentle, disarming kindness. "Ah, it is you," it says softly. "I see you. I see you are very worried." Feel the effect of these simple words. The visitor is stunned into silence. It is accustomed to being fought, to being resisted. It has never been greeted with simple, calm acknowledgement. And then, your inner elder says the most revolutionary thing of all. "Thank you," it says. "Thank you for trying so hard to protect me. I know that is all you have ever wanted to do. I know you mean well. This is the key. We are not fighting our fear. We are reparenting it. We are meeting its frantic energy with a calm, loving, and unshakable presence. You have such a great capacity for compassion. You can even learn to offer it to the parts of yourself that have been the most difficult." After this moment of acknowledgement, a new strength fills you. You are no longer a victim of this visitor. You are its host. And a host can set the rules of the house. Your wise self continues to speak, its voice full of gentle authority. "Thank you for your concern," it says. "But as you can see, we are at peace here now. We have decided to trust the flow. We have decided to rest in our own wisdom. Your frantic energy, while well-intentioned, is not needed here tonight. The visitor may begin to protest, to open its suitcase and show you all its terrifying stories. But your inner elder simply holds up a hand. You are welcome to come in from the cold," it says, "but you must be quiet. You can take that chair over there in the corner of the room. You may stay for a while, but you may not speak. You may not pace the floors, and you may not run this house. The wise one is home now. I am in charge here. Silently tell your own fear these words now. Thank you for your concern, but my wise self is in charge. I am choosing peace. Thank you for your concern, but my wise self is in charge. I am choosing peace." Imagine this scene. You, in your deep, calm, centered wisdom, are resting peacefully. And over in the corner, the worried guest sits. It may fidget for a while. It may look nervously towards you. But because you are no longer feeding it with your attention, because you are no longer fueling it with your resistance, it begins to change. The frantic energy starts to drain away from it. Its shoulders slump, not in defeat, but in a kind of relief. The heavy suitcase of worries sits unopened at its feet. Denied the battle it expected, it does not know what to do. And so, it simply gets quiet. It begins to absorb the deep, peaceful atmosphere of the house you have created. It may even begin to feel sleepy. This is the beautiful art of inner hospitality. You are not banishing your fear. You are integrating it. You are taming it with your own compassion. It is like a wild, frightened animal that has finally found a place where it feels safe enough to rest. Your wisdom is now the gentle, steady hand on the rudder of your own being. Think of this fear as a small, overtired child who has had a nightmare. The child runs into your room, crying, pointing at the shadows. If you yell at the child to go back to bed, their terror only grows. But if the wise parent simply sits up, opens their arms, and says, "Shh, my love, it was just a dream. You are safe here with me." The child's sobs begin to quiet. You can hold the child, soothe it, and then gently lead it back to its own bed, reassuring it that you are nearby. You are learning to do this for yourself, to be your own wise and loving parent. The house of your being is quiet now. All the inner wars have ceased. The wise one is resting. And the once feared visitor is now just a quiet, harmless presence in the corner, held in the vast, compassionate space of your own awareness. Feel the profound peace that comes when the fighting stops. All that energy you once spent on resisting your fear is now available to you. It is available for deep rest, for healing, for sleep. The house is safe. The doors are not barricaded. They are simply closed for the night. The wise one is home. Let this deep feeling of compassionate authority, of a household finally at peace, be the lullaby that carries you into the deepest, safest, most restorative sleep. All is well, all are welcome, and all is calm. The house of your inner world is quiet. The wise one, your own deep self, is resting peacefully. The worried guest, your familiar fear, has been welcomed with compassion and sits quietly in the corner, its power dissolved by your kindness. A profound and settled peace fills the rooms of your being. This is the fruit of your practice. This is the peace you have cultivated. But the mind is a creature of habit. It has walked the same worried pathways for many, many years. The grooves are deep. And sometimes, without any conscious decision, without even realizing it is happening, we find that our attention has quietly gotten up from its seat of wisdom and has wandered over to the corner to sit with the anxious visitor. We find ourselves lost in the old, familiar, whispered conversation of what if? And then comes a moment of recognition. We suddenly wake up and realize we have been gone, lost in a thicket of worry, carried away down the river of anxious thought. In the past, this moment of waking up would be followed by a second, harsher awakening, the voice of the inner critic. "There you go again," it would say. "You can't even do this right. You failed." Your mind is hopeless, and this self-judgment, This frustration would be a second storm, often more disturbing than the first. The peace would be shattered, not by the wandering, but by our own harsh reaction to it. Tonight, we will learn a new way. A way that is so gentle, so kind, and so powerful, it will change your relationship with your own mind forever. This is the gentle art of returning. Let us imagine your awareness is a wise and gentle shepherd, and your attention is a small, curious lamb. The shepherd is leading the flock to a place of rest, a quiet green pasture. But the little lamb of your attention is full of life. It sees a colorful butterfly and wanders off the path to follow it. It spies a delicious-looking patch of clover and strays to have a taste. This is not badness. It is not a failure. It is simply the nature of a lamb to wander. It is the nature of the mind to be distracted. A harsh shepherd would see the wandering lamb and become enraged. He would shout. He would throw stones. He would create an atmosphere of fear, making the lamb even more skittish and afraid to be near him. But a gentle shepherd, the shepherd that you are becoming, simply notices the little lamb has strayed. He does not panic. He does not become angry. He smiles with a knowing tenderness. He leaves the flock for a moment, walks over calmly to where the lamb is, and with a soft word and a gentle nudge from his staff, he guides it back to the path. The act of returning is an act of love. This is the practice. When you notice that your attention has wandered away, lost in a story about the future, or a memory from the past, that moment of noticing is not a failure. It is a moment of pure success. You have woken up. The shepherd has noticed the lamb. And now, all that is required is the gentle return. No frustration, no self-criticism, just a soft inner voice that says, "Ah, there you are. I see you went wandering. Let's come back home now." And you gently, lovingly guide your attention back to the anchor, back to the feeling of your own breath. You are a gentle guide for your own heart. Let this kindness be the foundation of your practice. Let's feel this in another way. Imagine you are walking on a peaceful, well-worn path through a quiet forest at dusk. This path is your center, your peace, your breath. The feeling of the earth beneath your feet is solid and reassuring. But the forest is full of distractions. You hear a twig snap in the undergrowth, and your attention darts into the shadows, imagining what might be there. You see a strange and beautiful flower just off the path, and you wander into the brush to get a closer look. And soon, you look up and realize you are no longer on the path. You are lost in the tangled woods of thought. The old reaction is to panic, to thrash about, to run in circles, feeling more and more lost. The new way, the gentle way, is to simply stop. The very moment you realize you are lost is the moment you can be found. You take one single conscious breath and you listen, you feel, you remember the feeling of the solid path, and you calmly, without rushing, turn yourself around and walk back the way you came, until your feet find that familiar, comforting ground once again. The path was always there. It never left you. You simply wandered away for a moment, and the act of returning is always possible. Every time you return, you are exercising a muscle of profound self-love. You are proving to yourself, again and again, that you can always come home. Let's practice this together now. As you rest here, your mind will wander. It is inevitable. Let it happen. And then, at some point, you will notice it. And in that moment of noticing, instead of sighing in frustration, see if you can feel a little spark of joy. I woke up, and then, as gently as a mother placing a blanket over a sleeping child, guide your attention back to the simple, rhythmic sensation of your own breathing, lost in a thought, and now, a gentle return, distracted by a sound, and now, a kind and gentle return, carried away by a plan, and now, a soft, easy return to the breath. Affirm this in your heart. The moment I notice I am lost is the moment I am found. I can always begin again with kindness. This is the true work. Not to achieve a perfectly still mind, but to cultivate a perfectly kind and forgiving heart towards your own wandering mind. The more gently you guide the lamb, the more it will learn to stay close. The more kindly you return to the path, the less you will be tempted to stray. The rhythm of this practice is a lullaby, the rhythm of straying and returning, wandering and coming home. Each return is a victory. Each return is a homecoming. Let this final return of the night be the most gentle of all. You have wandered through the long day with all its tasks and its conversations. And now, it is time to come home. The shepherd is guiding your weary attention back to the deep, green pasture of rest. The path is leading you to the quiet clearing of sleep. Return now. Return to the breath. Return to the silence. Return to the deep, restorative peace of your own being. Let this final, gentle return carry you all the way home to sleep. Here, in this space of profound and gentle kindness, you have learned to be the shepherd for your own wandering mind. You have learned to be the gracious host for your own worried heart. The inner battles have quieted down. The resistance has softened into a compassionate embrace. The house of your being is, at last, at peace. And in this newfound quiet, a new kind of relationship can form with that visitor who sits silently in the corner. We have welcomed it. We have soothed it. We have set boundaries with it. Now, we can do something even more profound. We can turn to it with a gentle curiosity and listen to the truth it has been trying to tell us all along. For we are about to discover a great secret. Fear is not what it appears to be. We have treated it as an enemy, a weakness, a malfunction. But what if it is something else entirely? What if fear is not the opposite of love, but a tangled, distorted, and desperate expression of it? What if every fear you have ever felt is simply the shadow cast by something you hold sacred? Imagine you are holding a very old and precious compass, the kind a mariner would use to navigate the vast, unknown ocean. Look at the needle. It is sensitive. It quivers and trembles with every slight movement. If you were to focus only on its agitation, you might think the compass was broken, nervous, or unreliable. This trembling, this agitation, this is the feeling of anxiety. It is the physical and emotional sensation of fear. And for our entire lives, we have been focused only on this trembling. We have been trying to make the needle stop shaking. We have been trying to fix the quiver. But in doing so, we have missed the entire point of the compass. The purpose of the needle is not to be still. Its purpose is to point north. Its agitation is a very quality that allows it to find its true direction. Your fear is this compass, and your anxieties are the trembling of the needle. Tonight, we are going to learn to stop staring at the trembling and to finally, gently look at the direction in which the needle is pointing. For it is always, always pointing towards something you deeply, profoundly love and value. Let's try this together with great gentleness. Allow a familiar worry to surface in your mind. Perhaps it is a worry about your health, a fear of illness or frailty. Feel the familiar trembling of that anxiety in your body, the tightness, the quickening pulse. This is the trembling of the needle. Now, with your wise, compassionate awareness, ask the question, where is the needle pointing? Look beyond the fear. What is this anxiety trying to protect? And the answer arises, clear and bright. The needle is pointing to your deep, abiding, and profound love for the gift of life itself. Your love for the feeling of breath in your lungs, for the warmth of the sun, for the simple, miraculous experience of being alive. The fear of illness is only the shadow cast by your love of wellness. The fear is the trembling, but the love of life is your true north. See if you can shift your attention. Take your focus off the trembling and place it on the direction. Feel the great love you have for your own precious life. Let that feeling of love, not fear, fill your awareness. Your heart is so vast, it holds the whole world in its love. Let's try another. Bring to mind a worry you have for someone you love. A child, a partner, a grandchild, a friend. Feel the familiar ache of that concern, the tightness in your throat, the protective clenching in your heart. This is the trembling. Now, ask the question, where is the needle pointing? What sacred value is this fear trying to honor? And again, the answer is immediate and beautiful. The needle is pointing to the immense, unconditional, and magnificent love you hold for that person. Your connection to them is so powerful, so profound. The worry is just the shadow cast by the brilliant light of your love. So let us do the same. Let us take our attention off the trembling sensation of worry and place it squarely on the vast, warm, and radiant feeling of love itself. Let your heart fill with the love you have for this person, not the fear for them. The fear is a signpost. The love is the destination. Silently tell yourself, my fear shows me what I love. The trembling will pass, but the love remains. You are a person of deep values and integrity. Even your fears prove this. A fear about money or security? The needle isn't pointing to greed. It is pointing to your deep value for safety, for stability, for dignity. It is pointing to your love for your home and your desire to live a life of peace, free from frantic struggle. A fear of making a mistake? The needle is pointing to your integrity, your deep desire to do good, to be a kind and honorable person. Again and again, when we look beneath the agitated surface of our fears, we do not find weakness. We find what is most noble and beautiful within us. We find our own sacred values. We find the map of our own heart. You have the wisdom to look beneath the surface of things. This is a profound gift. Imagine that your heart is connected by invisible strings to everything and everyone you hold dear. The tension you feel on those strings, that is the feeling of worry. But that tension is also the proof of the connection. A string that is slack and limp is connected to nothing. The ache in your heart is the evidence of its great love. The practice is not to cut the strings, but to learn to hold them with a softer, more trusting hand, to honor the connection without being tormented by the tension. So now, when that familiar visitor of fear knocks on your door, your relationship with it can change one final time. You have welcomed it. You have soothed it. Now, you can understand it. You can look your fear gently in the eye and say, "Ah, I see you are here, and I know what you are pointing to. Thank you for reminding me of what I hold most sacred. You are no longer a victim of your fear. You are its student. And it is the greatest teacher of all, for it shows you the shape of your own love. Let the trembling in your body subside now. The compass needle is growing still, but it remains pointing toward your true north. Let the warmth of that love for your life, for your people, for your own deepest values, be the blanket that covers you tonight. You are not resting to escape your fears. You are resting to honor what your fears protect. You are resting in the heart of what you love most. And that is the deepest, most peaceful rest of all. Resting here, in the quiet, glowing warmth of your own heart's true north. The trembling has ceased. The anxious searching is over, and you have found your way home to the simple, profound truth of what you love. A great and gentle stillness descends upon you, a peace that comes from deep understanding. The journey of the day is truly at an end. The sun has set on the world of doing, of trying, of solving, and the moon is rising on the world of being, of resting, of receiving. We stand now at a sacred threshold, the magical doorway between the day and the night. And to cross this threshold completely, to enter the deep healing that the night offers, there is one final, beautiful ritual to perform. This is the sacred act of handing over the night. There is a part of your mind that has been working so hard, not just today, but every day. It is the manager, the planner, the problem solver. It is the faithful guardian who believes that if it just thinks long enough, hard enough, it can keep you safe. It runs through lists. It replays conversations. It rehearses for tomorrow. It is a tireless, dedicated servant of your well-being. And it is so very tired. Tonight, with the deepest gratitude and compassion, we are going to speak to this part of our mind. Place a gentle hand on your heart and silently, with great love, say to this part of yourself, "Thank you. Thank you for your endless work. Thank you for your vigilance, for your care, for your tireless efforts to protect me. I see how hard you have been trying, but your shift for today is over. The work is done. You have permission now to completely and utterly rest. There is nothing more for you to do. I am safe, and it is time for you to sleep." Feel a great wave of relief wash through you as this loyal servant finally hears the words it has been longing for. The permission to go off duty. You have done enough for today. You have done more than enough. You are so deserving of this complete and total rest. Imagine yourself now as a weary traveler. You have been walking all day long on a dusty and demanding road. You have carried heavy burdens. You have navigated difficult terrain. You have met all the challenges of the day's long journey. But now, you have arrived. You stand before a quiet, warm, and welcoming inn. This inn is the sanctuary of sleep. The door opens, and you step inside. The air is warm. The light is soft. The silence is a balm to your soul. This is a place of deep peace. And the first thing you do is unburden yourself. In your mind's eye, slowly unfasten the clasp of the heavy cloak you have been wearing. This is the cloak of your responsibilities, your roles, your duties. Feel its weight on your shoulders. And now, let it slide off your back and onto the floor. Leave it there, by the door. It does not belong in the quiet room of your rest. Now, look at the satchels and bundles you have been carrying. Each one holds a worry, an unsolved problem, a plan for tomorrow. One by one, consciously and deliberately, set them down on the floor by the door. The bundle of financial concerns, set it down. The heavy satchel of other people's expectations, set it down. The tangled knot of a difficult relationship, set it down. They will all be there in the morning if you need to pick them up again But tonight, you will not carry them one step further. Tonight, you enter the chamber of your rest, completely unburdened, light, and free. But perhaps there is one worry that remains, one problem that your mind refuses to put down. It is a persistent, nagging issue that it clutches tightly, believing that to let go of it would be irresponsible. For this one, we have a special ceremony. Take this one, last, persistent worry, and imagine you are holding a pen and a piece of paper. With great clarity, write down the problem. Describe it completely, all your fears about it, all the unknowns. Do not hold anything back. Now, fold this paper. Place it in a heavy envelope and seal it shut with wax. It is now contained. And at that moment, a quiet, kind, and infinitely trustworthy messenger appears before you. It is the night itself, personified as a calm and gentle guardian. It holds out its hand. It does not speak, but you understand its purpose. It has come to take your letter. It has come to take your burden. You place the sealed envelope into the hand of the night, and as you let go completely. It is no longer your problem to solve. It is no longer your job to analyze. You have handed it over to a wisdom far greater than your own conscious mind. You trust that in the great, mysterious, healing alchemy of sleep, a new perspective will be found. A solution will begin to form, all without your conscious effort. The messenger nods and disappears into the quiet darkness, and you are finally, completely at peace. Silently tell yourself now, with your whole being, I hand it all over. The unsolved questions of your life, we hand them over to the night. The health of your body and the bodies of those you love, we hand it over to the night. The plans and hopes and fears for tomorrow, we hand them over to the night. The memory of a mistake, the sting of a regret, we hand it over to the night. The state of the world, the great sorrows and struggles of humanity, we hand them over to the night. There is nothing left for you to carry. Your hands are empty. Your mind is clear. Your heart is at peace. You have the great wisdom to know when it is time to surrender. You are an empty vessel now, ready to be filled, not with more thoughts or more worries, but with the deep, dark, restorative wine of sleep. You have done the sacred work of preparing the space, of clearing the room, of letting go of the day. And now, there is nothing left to do. Nothing at all. But to sink, to drift, to allow the great, gentle, and trustworthy hands of the night to hold you, to rock you, and to carry you into the deepest and most profound rest you have ever known. Your only work now is to rest. The house is quiet. The traveler is home. The heavy burdens of the day have been set down by the door, and you are here. An empty room, a clear sky, a still and silent pool of water. There is nothing left that you need to hold, nothing left that you need to be. You have handed it all over. And in this profound stillness, what remains? When all the stories have been told, when all the plans have been laid to rest, when all the worries have been given to the quiet care of the night, what is left? Only this, the softest, most gentle rhythm in the universe, the quietest and most faithful of all lullabies, the rise and the fall of your own breathing. This is the only thing happening now, and it is enough. It is everything. For so long, the breath has been the background music to your life. Tonight, we will let it become the entire symphony. We will allow this simple, humble, and miraculous rhythm to be the only guide we need. The gentle, silent current that carries us all the way to the shores of sleep. Let your attention come to rest as lightly as a butterfly on a flower upon the sensation of your own breathing. Do not try to change it. Do not try to control it. It knows exactly what to do. It has been breathing you for your entire life. Your only work now is to feel it, to receive its gift. Let's become curious about the in-breath, the gentle, silent, drawing in. Feel it now. The air, slightly cooler than your body, entering your nostrils, a quiet stream of life, of stillness, of peace. Feel how it fills you. Your chest gently expands, or your belly softly rises. It asks for nothing. It simply arrives, and it offers the gift of this present moment. Each breath in is an act of receiving. You are receiving the calm of this quiet room. You are receiving the darkness that invites you to rest. You are receiving the profound and simple gift of your own life, arriving again and again in this moment. There is no effort, only a soft, gentle allowing. You have such a natural capacity for stillness. Let each breath in be a confirmation of this truth. Now, let us bring that same gentle curiosity to the out-breath, the long, slow release. Feel it now. The air, slightly warmer now, leaving your body. A soft tide going out, a gentle sigh of surrender. Feel how your body softens with the out-breath, the shoulders dropping just a little more, the muscles letting go of the last faint memory of tension. Each breath out is the final act of letting go. You are releasing the day that has passed. You are releasing the very last of your effort. You are releasing the idea of being a separate self who has to do anything at all. You are simply breathing out, dissolving, becoming one with the peace that surrounds you. Silently, in your heart, you can let the breath carry a simple message. Breathing in, I receive peace. Breathing out, I release all that is not peace. Breathing in, receiving peace. Breathing out, letting go. Let this simple rhythm begin to rock you. A gentle inner cradle swaying back and forth. In with the calm, out with the effort. In with stillness, out with the story. There is nothing else you need to understand, nothing you need to achieve. Your very being knows this ancient rhythm of rest. It is your birthright. Now let us notice the most magical part of all, the secret doorway into a deepest rest. Notice the small, quiet, precious pause at the end of the out-breath, that tiny moment of complete and utter stillness. before the next breath begins to rise on its own. This is the space between the worlds, the bottom of the ocean. It is a moment of pure being. A moment where there is no past, no future, no thought. It is the sound of pure silence. Do not try to hold it. Do not seek it. Simply notice it when it comes. A tiny, perfect jewel of absolute peace, given to you between each breath. As you rest here, as you drift, this quiet pause may begin to lengthen just a little. And in that lengthening space, you will find the beginning of sleep. Breathing in, a soft wave rising. Breathing out, a long wave falling, and the quiet stillness of the water before the next wave begins to form. This is the lullaby. It has no words. Its only melody is the gentle rhythm of your own body, surrendering to rest. You are a master of this gentle art of surrender. The mind may still offer a thought, a picture, a fragment of a memory, but it is very far away now. It is like a faint sound from a distant shore. You can hear it, but it does not disturb you, because your attention is here. Anchored in the simple, undeniable, peaceful reality of your own breathing. The breath is a river, and it is carrying you now, carrying you away from the busy, sunlit lands of the thinking mind and into the deep, dark, silent valley of restorative sleep. Let the river do all the work. Your only task is to float, breathing in, so soft now, breathing out, so slow now. The edges of your body are beginning to dissolve. Where do you end? And where does the air begin? It is all one peaceful, breathing presence. You are not a body in a bed. You are the breath itself. The gentle, rhythmic pulsing of the universe at rest. The symphony is fading now. The instruments are becoming quiet one by one. And all that is left is the soft, steady, gentle rhythm of the one single note that remains. In and out, letting go, floating, drifting. The lullaby has carried you to the very edge of the shore, and now you can simply step out of the boat and onto the soft, silent sands of sleep. The breath will continue to sing its quiet song, even when you are no longer listening. Trust it. Let it take you. Rest now. Deep, deep rest. The quiet lullaby of your own breathing has brought you here, to the soft, silent shores of deep peace. The boat of your awareness rests gently on the sand, and the great, quiet ocean of the night is before you, calm and deep and waiting. All the work is done. All the lessons have been learned, and all that is left is this final, gentle, and beautiful surrender. For so many years, the unknown has been a word of fear. The unknown future, the unknown challenges, the unknown path ahead. It has been a dark and frightening forest at the edge of our vision. But tonight, we will offer ourselves one last profound gift of peace. We will reimagine the unknown. We will come to know it not as a threat, but as a sanctuary. For there is one unknown that you have trusted every single night of your life. the gentle, mysterious, and deeply healing unknown of sleep. You lie down, you close your eyes, and you let go. You drift into a world you do not command. You surrender to a process you do not understand. And in this trustworthy unknown, your body is healed, your mind is cleared, your spirit is renewed. You have always known how to trust this darkness. You have always known that this unknown is the source of your deepest restoration. Tonight, we will simply extend that same beautiful trust to the quiet, sleeping world around us. The unknown of tonight and the unknown of tomorrow are born from the same silent, intelligent, and benevolent mystery. If you can trust one, you can trust the other. So let us take this final step. Let the gentle waters of the night rise to meet you. Feel the cool, silken touch of sleep beginning to lift you from the shore. There is no need to swim. There is no need to struggle. You need only to allow yourself to be held, to be lifted, and to float. Imagine yourself now, floating effortlessly on your back, on the surface of a vast, calm, and silent sea. It is a clear, moonless night, and the entire dome of the sky is filled with a soft, gentle blanket of stars. They are not harsh or bright. They are distant, serene, and peaceful. The water that holds you is the exact temperature of your own skin. It is difficult to tell where you end and where the sea begins. You are one with this great, quiet, living body of peace. Feel how completely you are supported. You do not need to do anything to stay afloat. The gentle buoyancy of this ocean of rest holds you completely. There is no effort. There is no tension. There is only this perfect, weightless floating. A soft, gentle current is moving you, but you do not know where. And for the first time, you do not care. There is no destination. The journey is the destination, and the journey is this endless, peaceful, silent drifting. You have done so well, so very well. Letting go is the most natural thing in the world for you now. The thoughts that may arise now are like those distant stars. They are faint, far away, and have no warmth or power. You can see them, but they do not affect you. You are not the stars. You are the great, dark, peaceful sky that holds them all in a silent, effortless embrace. Your body is becoming heavier now, in the most pleasant way. Or perhaps it is lighter. It does not matter. The old rules of the world do not apply here. There is only the sensation of drifting, of floating, of being carried. This is the great act of trust. This is the final letting go. To surrender your small, personal will to the great, peaceful, intelligent will of the night. Your whole being is saying, yes, yes, to this peace. Yes, to this stillness. Yes, to this deep, healing rest. You are so ready for this deep, healing rest. Another sensation may arise. The feeling of melting, the soft, warm, and wonderful sensation of your body dissolving into the surface that supports it. your feet and your legs, growing heavy and warm, melting into the mattress, your hips and your back, releasing completely, sinking down into a state of profound ease. Your shoulders, your arms, your hands, becoming as soft and heavy as warm sand. Your head, your face, your jaw, letting go of the very last of their holding. You are not a body anymore. You are a gentle, warm, flowing sensation of peace. Dissolving, releasing, becoming one with the quiet earth of your own bed. This is the trustworthy unknown. It is not empty. It is full of peace. It is not frightening. It is the source of all comfort. It is your true home. The words are becoming distant now, just faint echoes on the shore you have left so far behind. There is only the feeling now, the feeling of floating, the feeling of drifting, the feeling of sinking, the feeling of melting. Safe. So very safe. Your whole being is quiet now. Your whole being is at peace. Letting go now. Letting it all go. Drifting. Floating. Sleep now.